Great friends, what is happening on a Tuesday afternoon? After the Super Bowl of the Kaplan and Crew show was played last night in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, where the LA Rams, in a week-to-week league where you don't know who's good and who's no good, the LA Rams, after being beaten up in San Francisco, come home to take down what was a very poor, although great record, Chicago Bears football team. 5-1 coming in, 5-2 going out. They're not very good. The Rams, we're not so sure because they didn't beat up on anybody last night. The Bears, not that good. With that said, I want to get right to it because I know everybody wants a piece of this action because all they've been doing is talking about it on Twitter all night long. Ladies and gentlemen, here is hermano numero uno representing the 805, Oxnard, California, in la casa. Hola, Alejandro Padilla, mi hermano numero uno. Grande? ¿Qué pasó?
Yeah. I would like to defer my time and intro to John Browner. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any introduction necessary right now for this young man. By the way, before we introduce him, I want to say one thing. I'm freezing. Okay. It went from summertime to wintertime in about a matter of seconds. And
don't worry, it's going back up to summer here in a couple days.
Dude, I'm wearing a blanket. I'm wrapped in a blanket all up in this thing, man. I'm freezing. How'd it get so cold?
I thought it was like a new Gucci fur coat or something.
No Gucci, no fur coat, no Gucci, no smoochie, nothing, no fur coat, blanket, fleece blanket, freezing. Here he is. I'm not even introducing the guy. Not even going to introduce him today.
Damn.
Not even going to introduce him. You just wanted to give him your time. So
I would like to just think, I think it's fair before we start saying whatever we're going to say that Browner gets a first word. Let him say what he's got to say.
Look, last night, didn't go the way as planned, but I got to tell you this, man. Matt Nagy got out coached, but that's not why I'm here. The offense was terrible, but that's not why I'm here. Mac outplayed Donald last night. So I don't know what you clowns on Twitter watching. I really don't. But every time I looked up, Mac in the backfield, Mac getting strip sacks, Mac tackles for loss. Matt getting triple team. Matt getting double team. They both got doubled and triple team. That's true. And Aaron Donald did make a couple plays. But at the end of the day, you saw the game just like I did. Mac outplayed Donald. So did the Rams outplay the Bears? Yes. Did the Bears defense give up more points? Yeah. But the Bears defense scored more points. It's a team game. The Chicago Bears lost. They were fairly outplayed and fairly outcoached on offense. The offensive line is terrible. I said it before the game started, but I still thought they would be able to sustain Mac. And to be honest with you, I mean, sustain Donald. To be honest with you, after what I saw, Donald was okay. He was okay. Mac was outstanding. Mac was great. And Mac got a bad back. Mac did that with a bad back. Okay? The man had a bad back and still had a strip sack. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all can make up whatever y'all want to make up. I saw the game. I saw Mac tearing it up. I saw Donald playing okay.
I'm watching the game over again right now. I got it on the TV over on that side of the studio. Pointing to my right for those of you that are listening here today on radio or on audio podcast platforms. I got the TV on the far side of the studio on. In fact, for those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook, if you look over my shoulder here, you can probably see the reflection. I'm still watching. I'm rewatching from last night. I mean, listen, you said it. It's a team game. You know what Aaron Donald did that was so amazing last night that will never show up in the stat sheet? Aaron Donald absorbed offensive linemen from the Bears, freeing up other defenders to make plays. This guy just moves bodies around, which then impacts the running game and lets everybody else on the defense make plays. Pretty predictable that Browner was going to come in here today and tell us how Khalil Mack had outplayed Aaron Donald, pretty
I
predictable.
think my favorite part about what you just said about how Aaron Donald sucks up linemen because he does get double, triple teamed and all that, just like Khalil does. Very fair. My favorite part about who he opened it up for was a former Bear, Leonard Floyd, which just added a little cherry to the pie because that was just hilarious to see. And, you can't write what I'm about to play you. You can't. I'm going to play you something that happened this morning on television. From none other than.
Oh, you mean from the white John Browner?
From the white John Browner. I didn't even know this was his stance until today. And no one even sent it to me. I just searched Khalil Mack on Twitter because I just wanted to do my due diligence, show respect to Khalil because I've never said he's a bad player. I just said Aaron Donald's better. I did not know this was Sir Skip Bayless's take on Aaron Donald versus Khalil Mack. You can't write this, people.
Again, the stats never scream dominant. They never scream Reggie White. They never scream Lawrence Taylor.
Skip, the Pro Football Focus graded Aaron Donald said he had 10 quarterback pressures last night. He had 5 pass rush wins against double teams. That's the second time he's done that in this season. That's more than the entire NFL has combined. He's beating double team.
He had 3 tackles last night, a half a sack, and 1 hit on the quarterback. Okay.
Tell
Is
him
he
again,
Khalil Mack? I don't think so.
Hold on. You would take Khalil Mack over Aaron
Heck
Donald?
yes. He disrupts. He flies off that edge just savagely, and he brutalized Tom Brady in that game. Khalil Mack took the game over in the fourth quarter against Tampa Bay.
Skip, do you see this?
Aaron Donald can't rush the passer like Khalil Mack can.
First of all, Aaron Donald's not a pass rusher. Secondly, that is still not even the point. We've been saying this forever. Aaron Donald is not a pass rusher and yet still has more sacks than Khalil Mack on the season.
How do you refute that? I want to hear the refutation of that. I mean, answer this for me. Aaron Donald is a dominant quarterback sacking interior defensive lineman who has better sack statistics than guys whose job it is to just line up on the edge and go after the quarterback.
Their sole job is to get to the quarterback.
The position is actually called pass rushing outside linebacker versus interior defensive tackle. So why is it frustrating when the Aaron Donald people say that Aaron Donald's not a pass rusher, yet he has more sacks? Why is that so frustrating, and why is that inaccurate?
Because either you're going to say he's a pass rusher because he gets sacks, or he's not. People keep trying to say, "Oh, look at the position. Look at the position. Didn't Warren Sapp get sacks?
Not like Aaron Donald."
So is Aaron Donald a run stopper? Because he didn't stop the run last night.
Oh, actually, quite to the contrary.
Show you a play.
Show it to me. Show it to me. Then
Give me
show
1 second.
Show it to me.
Oh my God! He stopped the run.
You gonna show me this one play with a guard whiffs, and Mac had the same plays.
Whiffs,
missed him. He missed him because the Bears' offensive line isn't good.
It's amazing how people see things so differently. It's just incredible.
He doesn't see them differently. That's why.
Now, if I look at a picture and I say, is that green or is that blue? And for me, it's green. For Browner, his eyes just are going to see things differently. Apparently,
and then he missed the tackle.
Oh my goodness! Who's got his feet? Who's got his feet all wrapped up?
He missed the tackle. What y'all talking about? You in listen. You in a hole. You man to man. You straight up with the dude. You can't bring him supposed to be Aaron Donald. You want to be Aaron Donald? Stop it! Come on, man.
You gotta stop it, dude. You gotta listen, brother. Listen. Let me talk to you for 1 second.
Oh,
you're not coming off very well right now. You're just not. You're just not, because you gotta take the L. No one except you and Skip Bayless will ever say Khalil Mack is better than Aaron Donald. Just take it, man. Just take it.
Lost the game. Arguing that they lost the game. I'm not arguing that they offensive line was trash. I'm not arguing against any of that. The Rams won the game. Their defense gave up less points than the Bears defense. I'm not. What's the misunderstanding? What are you not hearing that I'm saying?
all I heard for the last couple of days when we figured out that the Rams were playing the Bears was that not only are the Bears a better team, they're going to be the 1 seed in the NFC. That's all I heard. The Bears are great. The Bears are that. Nick Foles. Ain't no worried about Nick Foles. Ain't nobody worried about Aaron Donald. Now all of a sudden it's strictly back to just Khalil Mack versus Aaron Donald.
Okay, let me address that. Let me address the Bears will still be the number 1 team in the NFC because ain't nobody out there that I'm scared of. And I ain't moving off that. And like I said,
you got to score more than 3 points on offense.
That's okay. That's okay. When the Packers played against Tampa Bay, they didn't score a bunch of points. Did anybody ready to throw them under the bus? No. When Seattle lost to Arizona, ready to throw Seattle under the bus? No.
Scott on the power ranking.
We all listen. They all playing the same teams. They were still 5-2. We still 5-2, so I don't really understand the misconception. They lost the game last night. In a week-to-week league, you might get rolled. Tampa Bay got rolled by the Bears. Green Bay rolled Tampa Bay. The 49ers rolled the Rams. It happens.
I don't know. A lot of times you speak so fast and act like you know what you're talking about that sometimes we just let little things fly by, but we have to do some post-debate fact checking. Like when you say that Green Bay rolled the Bucs, it's actually not what happened. Actually, the Bucs rolled Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean,
no. Just gotta call it out.
That's okay.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this, Browner, because I honestly I loved all the Twitter chatter last night. I loved that everybody couldn't wait to hear you try and squirm your way out of this fact that Aaron Donald is the far superior player.
I wish we could have him on the show today.
All right, let me ask you this, Browner. You think the Rams are good?
No, I don't. To be perfectly honest with you, no, I don't. I think they're okay. I don't think they're great. I don't think they'll win that division. I think they'll make the playoffs. Yeah, I think they're a playoff team, but I don't think they're great. No,
no. Just do you think they're good?
Yeah. They're okay. They're okay.
They're all right. They're all right, right?
Yeah, they're okay.
They're all right.
They're okay. They got a great coach, great head coach. Average offense.
Yeah, there's nothing special about the Rams, right?
No.
I mean, when you think about it, there's just nothing special. Their quarterback's not special. They don't have a game-breaking wide receiver. They got a slew of backs, but they don't have one star. They don't have an all-pro Hall of Fame offensive line. They don't have any real household names at linebacker, right? I mean, maybe they got one half-ass defensive lineman and a somewhat decent defensive back, but the Rams aren't really that good, are they, Browner?
Well, Jalen Ramsey is one of the best corners in the league, but he got smoked twice last night. They just didn't complete the pass. Again, the head coach for the Rams is better at his job than the Bears head coach. And they schemed chunk yards. So we got
that good. But they're not that good though, are they? I mean, the Rams aren't really that good. The Rams, they're not that good.
Again, we got out-coached.
No, I just want to make okay, the Rams are average. That's what I wanted to hear. The Rams are average. If the Rams are average and the Rams just destroyed the Bears.
Okay, that's a fair assumption.
But what are they? Are they good? Are they great?
Our defense is great. Our offense is subpar, below average. So as a whole, it might even out to okay. But the offense was trash last night. It was embarrassing.
You know who the leader of the Bears defense is? Who do you think the leader is?
Khalil Mack.
No.
Not up for discussion.
No. Not up for discussion. I mean, I watched Brian Greasy and Louis Riddick sit here and tell me that Hakeem Nicks is the real leader.
I told you that too.
What's that, Alex?
I told you that last Wednesday.
Yeah, it's clearly. I mean, that's just listen. I don't know. There's nothing I can say that's going to convince Browner.
Convince me of what?
Of what everyone thinks, except you and Skip Bayless. So it's a moot point to try and convince him because we all said, and I said it for yesterday. I was like, no matter what happens, he's still going to come in here and have a bag of excuses, or still still argue the point regardless.
I'm not making what excuse am I making? I just told y'all. The Rams play better. What part of this can you not hear? Should I speak up? The Bears lost the game to the Rams. Mack outplayed Donald. That's the gist. That's what we discussing. I mean, I told you the Rams won. They played better. That's not. I'm not confused. No one's confused by that. But Khalil Mack outplayed Aaron Donald. Look at the stats.
Is Skip Bayless?
I thought you don't look at stats, nerd.
I'm trying to help you, nerds.
Oh, now it's very convenient. I just say it's very convenient when you want us to look at stats. That's all.
The stats. I mean, look at those Pro Football Focus stats on Aaron Donald.
Who they?
Who is Pro Football Focus? Yeah.
What is it? Wait, okay, now show me Khalil Mack.
Well, why don't you show him to us?
He didn't show up.
Yeah, he didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't have
Really?
them. Pro Football Focus doesn't have numbers like these on
Strip
Khalil Mack.
sacks don't count. Turnovers don't count for touchdowns. They don't count.
Well, they don't count in terms of making impact in the game consistently the way Aaron Donald did last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. If if that's how y'all watching the game, that's cool. You got to cheer for your team. Apparently, y'all cheering for the Rams. I respect that. I got that. Y'all out here throwing up all these Aaron Donald stats when Khalil Mack on the screen in the game getting strip sacks, getting tackle loss. But okay, I look up on the screen, I see David Montgomery spinning out of these Aaron Donald tackles. But okay, that's the highlight.
Yeah, what
show.
game
exactly?
What game are you watching when you think you spinned out of that?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do? Is I'm gonna go on Twitter and I'm gonna retweet some highlights that Mac had last night, then the people can make their own decision.
Go for it. Okay. Go for it.
Because clearly, this is Mac T. Clearly, this is Donald TV. Clearly, you two. This Donald TV. This Rams country.
This is Rams country. They showed at the beginning of this telecast a side by side of the defensive leaders of both teams. They had Aaron Donald on one side, and they had Hakeem Nicks on the other side. And did you see this picture? Nicks looks like Kimbo Slice. You guys know, I know, Alex, you'll know who Kimbo Slice is.
Yeah,
Brown, you know who Kimbo Slice is, dog?
Rest in peace, Kimbo.
Yeah. Friggin' Nicks on this picture. He got a hold of the football, big beard, big belly, crazy eyes. And he looks just like Kimbo Slice. And I said, wait a second. I see Aaron Donald, 99. Who's that dude? Because that ain't 52. I don't know. Wait, they what?
They play the same position. That was a position comparison.
And how's that in terms of sacks from that position? How's Nicks do versus Donald? How's he do?
He gets sacks.
But like comparatively speaking, would you say Aaron Donald has 3 and Nicks has 2, so they're pretty close? Or
well, I don't know Hakeem Nicks' sacks offhand. No, I can find them.
Well, it'd be great if you did, because I think what you'll find is that. Again, it gets back to the point.
I also think we're talking about the wrong player here. I've been trying to say Hicks. It's Hicks, right?
Hicks, not Nicks?
Yeah, Nicks is the old Giants receiver.
I knew it sounded familiar.
But if Browner knew his defense, he would know that.
Right, but he didn't.
He only knows Mac.
Hicks versus Nicks? What's the guy's name? If it's not Hakeem Nicks, what's his name?
It's Akeem Hicks.
That's what I said.
So
you've been saying Hakeem Nicks, which is the old Giants receiver.
Yeah, but it's really what?
Akeem Hicks.
Okay. Well, they sound exactly the same. That's pretty.
That's why I was like, I said Hicks.
I know, but I couldn't hear you, man. I couldn't understand you. By the way, how amazing does SoFi Stadium look on TV? They've got this aerial shot where you're looking down over it, and then you see the Great Western Forum. I know for me, I'm like, oh my God, that's where Hollywood Park used to be. But on TV, I got to get into this stadium. I got to see what's going on in that place,
It looks cool. It looks
not that cool.
I'm just bitter about it, I mean, when the Rams play there, it's fine, but
yeah. Well, I last night I stopped by at a buddy's house, and we were both sitting there watching, and he goes, "Man, we got to go see that stadium." I go, "For sure we do." He goes, "I'm not going for a Charger game. I'll go for a Rams game, but not a Charger game." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the way I feel about it too. Like, I want to go into that stadium, but not for a Charger game, for a Rams game."
Scott, let me ask you a question. Last night, real quick, when you watched the game, I personally have never watched the game like I watched last night, where I only watched the defensive line. Like, I literally was like, "Where's Khalil? Where's Donald?" Like, I've never focused on it so much ever in my life. Did you watch it like that, or did you watch it regularly?
Yeah, I kind of watch it like that too. I was just, all I really cared about was making sure that Donald had the dominant performance. Like, I really was more concerned about Donald winning over Mack. But what Browner said earlier is exactly right on. Browner can be smart sometimes when he says things like, it's a team game, and it's about winning and losing. And so Browner here today wished that he had the Bears win and he could brag about his man Khalil Mack. But because the Rams dominated the game so thoroughly against a very poor Chicago Bears team, regardless of their record, Browner is instead bragging about Khalil Mack rather than his team.
Listen, we didn't play well in offense. The offense was despicable. It was one of the worst performances I've seen under Matt Nagy, and then they'll get better, man. 5-2. We'll see y'all in the playoffs if the Rams make it.